Okay, and we're back from the high tempo break. We will soon be going into draft. And okay, well, that was a fast minute. Okay, well, we can't talk too much about the previous games since we're going right in the draft. Lotus opting to take red side for game 2. And the draft probably will be fairly similar. Zillion will most likely be a high priority ban. There it is. Goodbye. Eagle won't be able to play that one. Draven, Seraphine. What else was there in the previous game? There was
Diana.
Yeah. So the plan is exactly the same. No, those side basically didn't matter. But this is the important ban. Since now Visu is on the blue side, what do they get rid of and what does Visu Eyes first pick?
Yeah, Lucian is not going to be contested pick here. It's just Invulnerable Lotus just wanted to prior that pick, and Leonard wasn't a big carry in that game in early stages. It was kind of Slive's, Xanthi and Loftisian show coming through mid to late game, and yeah, we are going to see the Chicks ban. It's I think Eagle plays it. Yeah, he plays in Eurasian Gaming last Finnish Community Cup. Yeah, blocked that one in. But yeah, Cherry first pick coming up, and I have seen a lot of Cherry with Yumi, with Lulu, with Renata, and Renata Clask is going to be picked when it was banned last game.
I was just about to say, why wasn't Renata first picked? Why did they pick the Zeri? Zeri was open in the previous game and Lotus didn't show any priority for that. So, and they banned Renata. So now they just leave it open and instead go for the Zeri. They may have some sort of counter pick figured out for this, but that's just odd.
Yeah, there's a couple of pairings Invulnerable Lotus can look for in bot lane with Renata Clask. I think Zeri with Enchanter is almost musting. Yumi is the best option, I think, right now in the meta, and we are going to see Viago for Slice in this game. Now that there's no Trundle Volibear action, I'm much more hyped up for that because those champions are kind of boring in.
Oh, it's the Bard! Okay. Pearl gets his Bard!
Not a Yumi option. That's not the Enchanter. What was I was looking for? Only because Bard likes to roam, and Cherry is kind of weak champ. Yeah, of course she can keep her distance with his her E, but Bard likes to roam a lot with his tunnels and get those chimes in. And yeah, no.
This is what I was about to say when you said that no more Volibear Trundle, that we will most likely see the Trundle since Viago gets soft countered by it. He just can't dual Trundle. It's impossible.
Yeah, and okay.
Okay, this is spicy now. I love this draft.
And I think Twitch is super good pick here, only because now if you leave Hornels alone in bot lane, there's always an option for Luron. I'm looking for the name of the bot laner, but Leonor. He can just go Invis and try to look for Cherry. You just have to be so cautious when your Bard leaves the lane, if Pearl leaves the lane. I have to see how he is going to play this one. And Malphite ban, Darius ban against Xanthi. I think if you don't ban Gnar here, Invulnerable Lotus can just go with the Gnar again, because Xanthi had such a good game in last, and I think they played around. Slice went to top lane and got a couple of kills there, and after that Xanthi was kind of unstoppable. And they are opting actually for the GP ban. Yeah, other weak side champion in top lane, but if Invulnerable Lotus wants, they just can go with the Gnar, or maybe Loftisian can look for their traditional mage in mid lane.
They may even opt for more skirmishy type of picks here, as Zero would be interesting as a blind pick because of the plethora of counters. They could go for something like a Vel'Koz here. They could go. What else is there? Says there's
Corki.
No, not Azir Corki. No, don't pick the Corki. Nobody wants to see the Corki. There's
Azir has came back in the meta, and Corgi has too. And actually, it's going to be Ahri. It was banned last game, and now Visualize is looking some skirnish power after level 6 in mid lane. Ahri is pretty good, taking those 2 versus 2 fights. Azir, of course, can keep his distance, but you have to be pretty cautious in mid lane after level 6. Ahri can outplay your soldiers, and in top lane, well, let's see.
Whoa.
Okay.
How is this not a Jax? How does how is this not a Jax? Just instantly. Trundle, Gwen topside.
Yeah, I think Jax is pretty good here. He can go with a split push power. You have good team fight already, and Jax brings a lot of power here. Gwen got buffs, but it was the fastest hotfix, I think, in recent time for scaling options.
I don't think that's what you needed, but okay.
I like Kayle. Okay.
Yeah, I like. Don't get me wrong, I like Kayle as well. But didn't you just open up a clear lane for Trundle to abuse?
Yeah. In early stages, at least, if you get the pillar and Kayle doesn't have flash, yeah, it's a dead Kayle. Gwen doesn't have CC options, only the slow for needlework, but...
Oh no, it's Kayle. You might need to CC her just for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, Kayle has some movement speed, but yeah, if you don't have flash, you're in a bit of a problematic situation. Invulnerable Lotus has that we don't die comp, Kayle ultimate, Renata Clask bailout. Those team fights are going to be explosive for Invulnerable Lotus if they get in that situations. And Visualize might be trying to look some early games skirmishes in mid lane. Trundle Ahri can do the same job as Viago Ahri, which was like pretty standard couple about a month ago. Such power and a lot of Viago gets those positions, and Ahri get those resets for ultimate. But we will see how this game pans out. And in bot lane, I want to see what Poral is going to do with his Bard. This is pretty interesting Bard game, at least.
There's a lot of really interesting picks here, but yeah, as you said, if this game goes to late game, and you have a Twitch pressing ultimate with Kayle ult on him, and even if you manage to get to him, you have to bail out, that's gonna be so hard to deal with.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be a rough one if the Twitch doesn't die and gets to spray and pray every member of Visualize down. And I hope Pumba in this game, he got pretty good early game last time against Slice, but Volibear just falls off a lot. You're not as impactful champion as Trundle in later stages of the game, and you're just a CC bot. You're just a meatball. And now if you have a Trundle, I have seen X-Copy play Trundle, and yeah, he smashed that game for Visu. No, it was I just can't get that memory out of my brain. It was so dumb what Copy did in that game with his Trundle. It was so dumb.
But yeah, for Visualize, this will be mostly about the early mid game. And they kind of need to do what happened in the previous game, but make sure that the top side doesn't go out of control. And then they can close the game out before the insane 5-on-5 team fights can happen. But I'm not sure how well they can do it, since Zeri Bard isn't the most common lane bully lane. Of course, Renata, quite weak in the early game, doesn't have too much damage to provide. The E is okay, it's a budget karma thing, but it's super easy to dodge due to how slow it is. If Bard can just land a stun or roam mid and get the Azir down, but Azir is like, how do you gank an Azir? You don't.
Yeah, not before level 6. It's kind of hard to follow Azir if he just shuffles away with his soldiers, and I just want to see what Poral does in this game. It's so hard to play bot lane as Cherry if you are left alone, and Renata, of course, you're kind of safe with Seri, but Twitch can go in this and just look for you and get that slow on, and if you're not around wall, you just can't jump away. And I think Gwen has bit of fallen off, only because that hotfix nerfed her a bit, and it's not as a contested pick anymore. I have seen Gwen couple of times, but like couple of matches ago, Gwen was like pick or ban. You pick her or you ban her almost every time. And right now, a lot of teams in Division 3 at least don't prio her a lot anymore. And yeah, Kayla still, durability changes. You got easier time in lane, but still, you're most of the time getting bullied a lot as a Kale.
You just have a target on your head if you pick Kale. It comes with the champion. Also about Gwen, although she did get hotfix nerfed and all that, she is still in the top 5 most picked competitive top laners, along with Gnar. Well, Gnar is obviously the number 1. You can pretty much play him into almost anything, and still, as we saw, even the hard counters sometimes don't do their job. Then there's like Ornn, GP, Camille, and then comes Gwen. So Gwen is still a powerhouse, just not as huge of a priority pick as she used to be.
Yeah, and still Gwen is immune. Still Gwen does true damage in later stages of the game. Once you got 2 to 3 items, you are kind of hard to deal with. You just Invulnerable Lotus has to just shut Gwen down in team fights, and it's you have to be in the ring, and Slice is the only one pretty much. Of course, Learner can spray and pray from miles away, but Slice is pretty much the only one who is in the Gwen ring when she is immobile, and we will see how the team fights pan out. Only just Oral can use his ultimate to look some good setups for the Ahri. Can look for something, because you're lacking some CC.
Some, you say.
Yeah, you have Firo, you have the Charm, but you don't have a lot of CC. Of course, Invulnerable Lotus side, you have Hostile Takeover, and that can be a big tool in team fights, but you don't have that much single target CC either, pretty much.
To be fair, Lotus's team doesn't have too much CC either.
Yeah.
They do have the couple big team fight elements, like, as you said, Hostile Takeover, and you have the Emperor's Divide from Azir. But they aren't like... I would only say Hostile Takeover is considered like a huge CC utility option. And even then, there's like only 2 characters that really hurt when they start auto-attacking people, that being Gwen and Trundle. If you land it on Zeri, you go pew, 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 and nothing happens.
It's the funniest thing ever when I see Zeri getting hostile takeover, and she's like shooting from her finger and nothing happens. It's just like, yeah, you slowed, but that's about it. She doesn't out-attack, pretty much. So hostile takeover has... And even then, Gwen is possibly immune, so she doesn't get hit by the hostile takeover. So,
did someone
interesting
say Gwen
game.
Is immune?
Yeah, she may be immune in this game.
Gwen is immune? And anyone?
Yeah, maybe. And this is super interesting draft from both teams. And I think Ice has better draft in some way. If Invulnerable Lotus doesn't get like super ahead in early stages, Ice can look for those mid-game fights and just win out there. But we will see. Invulnerable Lotus made a bit of a comeback last game after the pretty bad early game, but Ice, couple of mistakes, and after that they got the win.
I would actually say that if Visu somehow managed to lose this early game, they kind of deserve to lose this one. They have such an insane early to mid game composition that they should be able to secure themselves quite a decent lead. Oh, that's the wrong number. Local OBS driver forgets to change the score on the game screen. That feels bad.
Oh, Loftisan actually, I have to say this, he has the futures market, and he has the Sapphire start, so he's looking for early Lost Chapter buy. We will see how that goes. Sometimes laners don't get the gold, and they made the bad base, and after that you're like, yeah, you didn't get the futures market cheat. So sometimes mid laners do this, and we will see. Loftisian has that First Strike too. First Strike right now, some say it's pretty busted rune for some champions right now, and you get the scaling rune in later stages of the game, but we will see how this early laning and early stages of the games go, and what is this Bard's? I have to watch Poral's moves. He is a Bard player, so once player gets their enjoy champ, I don't want to say OTPs, they enjoy the champ. So if there's some tricks or something else coming from Poral, but we will see.
But yeah, Azir, above average range, will be able to proc the first strike very easily. As you said, some champions have a really, really good time using that. Many of them consider siege mages like Xerath and the others. They all just love first strike as a rune, and they can go for these futures market setups, so to say. But now, in the top lane, this is once again Virtuoso's time to show what he's made of. When Keel gets picked against you, there is a timer on the game. There is a reason why everyone in Twitch chat starts counting the levels once you get past level 11.
Yeah, level 16 Kale. It's like Kassadin goes the same way. I haven't seen Kassadin in a long time. It's kind of sad. Champion is so fun to watch sometimes. Just because if you don't get the good early game, you're like, oh no, we have to look when this Kassadin comes online because he's not a champion. And in top lane, Virtuoso right now pushing the wave. Eagle, couple of trades taken, but still you are the one pushing Azir. He has the Sapphire start, so he doesn't have that much power before the first base, and he just wants his Lost Chapter buy as soon as possible. And Bumba opting for maybe for the full clear, and if Virtuoso is just pushing, you don't get the gank in top lane. So Virtuoso if they want to gank and try to shut down Xanthi early, you just have to let his push sometimes.
There's some good stunts landing from Poral, but Zeri, being the character she is, can't auto-attack past minions, so this damage gets stopped by the Guardian of Markusa. Eagle barely dodges the stun, lands the charm, that's an electrocute. Propumba now will be able to once again secure first blood, this time going over to the Visu side of the Trundle pick. These early ganks, so strong when executed properly, this time being the counter gank that goes well. And
last time Visu Eyes got to get first blood too, but it was a lot of more bloodier early start, and yeah, Slice there. I don't know what he was looking for. Your mid laner was under tower pretty much with the wave, and you just went for it still against Ahri. So it's kind of hard one.
Ahri, even without the ultimate, very slippery with the Foxfire movement speed boost. Yeah, but I still love, as an old school League of Legends player, when Ahri didn't have anything on the like the movement speed on the W. It's just such a good quality of life change for Ahri in the laning phase. Really needed it. But yeah, top lane, there's the Kayle abuse. Oh, and here's the Bard abuse. The flashing knight from Markusa manages to secure the kill. Now Slice wants to push this under the tower. They might even go for the dive onto Zeri if they can push this fast enough. It's going to be kind of difficult though with no mana on either of the bot laners, and this will actually just result into solo XP for the Zeri. And she does stop with the levels.
Yeah, that was like Slice used a lot of time in that brush, but it still paid off. Poral wasn't expecting that. He tunneled away, but yeah, there's Viego waiting for you and you get the kill. Of course, Markusa had to use both summoners to get that kill, but still, you are getting kill. And free base there, and Honel's left alone in bot lane to clear that wave out. And yeah, pretty similar early game, I would say. Both teams try to push their luck and try to find those kills and everything else. And top lane Xanthi doesn't have to flash. Now even Virtuoso can look for level 6 all in when she gets that needlework. The slows are super annoying.
And here Honels is getting initiated on, has to dash out. Lennar being quite strong even with just the Berserker Greaves. Loftuscian managed to get the Lost Chapter recall, so he is exactly where he wants to be at the moment. And now top lane, Slice is looking for Virtuoso with Xanthi. No level 6 on this Kale though. This will be a very rough fight if he dodges everything. There's gonna be a lot of regen going in. That's gonna be 1 kill. Virtuoso with the Gwen. This is why this character is considered to be so disgusting. Has the Ghost. Slice, no flash. Will be able to get the turnaround double kill. I knew that was gonna be horrible when I saw that Xanthi doesn't have level 6 yet. Just absolutely no way they're gonna be able to fight Gwen like that. And now it's not even over. Loftuscian gets picked out in the mid lane. Still 2 dashes to go for Eagle and Pumba. Even if flashes for the heck of it. This early mid game is just going out of hand for Invul.
That's what you want for Visualize there. You get those kills. And I had to look how close Xanthi was for the level 6. He was a couple of minions away, but still, you didn't have the level 6. It's flashless Viego. Virtuoso just sidestepped the stun there and just get the double kill. And now Gwen is a bit of a problem. Even if Xanthi is level 6 right now, you still have to be so cautious when you walk up. Virtuoso, when he has that needlework, he can look for the all-ins, even if Xanthi has his ultimate in bot lane. Slice maybe looking for a gank. Poral doesn't have his flash.
Yep, I realized something's wrong with the OBS, but something's wrong with Visualize as well since Poral dies. I did a settings error apparently, and I'm changing it now. Nobody noticed. Well,
yeah, no problem. I have to say, Ctrl-Shift-Z scroll. If the watchers want to look for the bigger view.
Everything's going wrong. Help!
Once you're casting and running the OBS, you're like, oh no, what I forgot now, and oh, Slice again.
Yep, Slice is almost going down. Pumba is trying to look for the kill with what is going on my screen? He can't do everything at once. This is impossible. Help me. Where's production?
Yeah, we need the observers. I hope someday we get the observers. But Slice did the same thing again. He just once he uses his W, he always goes forward. He doesn't go backwards. I swear to God. He does the same thing again against Ahri. Even if you land that, she's going to follow up with the charm. She's going to if she has the Spirit Rush, she's going to follow up, and you have to use your Heartbreaker and everything else. Marcus are coming in mid lane, but yeah. First Drake went already for Visualize. Actually, I didn't even see that, but this time Invulnerables don't get the cross map. They don't get the Herald. It's actually Visualize who gets this object, and in top lane there's maybe a bit of action coming up.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get the cross map plays when the cross map is Kale. They did try.
Yeah.
But it just... Against Gwen, I think Gwen is one of the best 1 versus 2 characters in the entire game, just due to the regen she has. Just Needlework gets burned, the Kale ult won't be able to protect him for the entire duration of the stun, plus the Needlework projectiles. And that's just another clean kill going over. They put the Herald top lane, and this lead that Virtuoso has is just going to increase by another 200 gold, maybe even more since the tower goes down. He is almost double. Is he double his gold? It's so close to being double Xanthi's gold.
Yeah. Ooh, nice charm coming from Eagle, but yeah. Oh, cool. Slice.
Slice. Are you sure?
I think he wins this.
Okay, he does win this. He does win this. The red buffs. Yep, that's a huge shutdown. It's so important to get that before Slice backs with all of the gold. There's the Bard ultimate. Leonard has to flash away, but still mixed out alive, which is important because nobody wants a dead rat. Only Yu-Gi-Oh players want a dead rat. Props to anyone who gets that joke. I think no one will. Pumbug does get a kill. Okay, Zanti? Zanti? Oh, he flashes! Oh, he does get the kill! Let's go! Zanti is on the board, finally!
Well, yeah, you used your flash still there to get the kill. That was super awkward level up for Bumba, so Xanthi had to use his flash. And yeah, I have to say, Red Smite is the most broken thing in the world. I swear to God. That if one thing has to be nerfed in jungle, it's the Red Smite. It's the dumbest thing ever. And in bot lane, actually, there's not a lot of action happening. I have to say, Boral flashing under tower in top lane was the manliest thing I have ever seen coming from the Bard. It was, yeah, you just flash Q, ignite Kale, and after that, Virtuoso gets the kill with Needlework, but that was manly.
Portal definitely showing up this game, doing some plays with his team. We haven't seen the full potential of this roaming Bard just yet, just a couple of the pickoffs, but now Virtuoso has managed to go back to base and just so far ahead of Zanti. 2k gold, 20 CS, couple of kills, and a full tower. They still are trying to pick this Gwen up, but this time they are aware due to the deep wards that they placed while they were there.
And now that Visualize has opened the... Oh, okay, Virtuoso finding Slice again.
Yeah, this isn't a fight Slice can take, but Loftician approaching now, dealing quite a bit of damage. Here's the Shurima shuffle towards his team. Virtuoso gets picked off once again, but this will come at the cost of the dragon that just spawned. The timing for this... if it was planned so that they get some extra gold onto Slice. They just want to give up the dragon, basically.
Yeah, they're making the call to shut down Virtuoso more down, and it's the problem. If you open the top lane tower so early, it gives Xanthi a lot of space. He can just call his other members there and just shut down Virtuoso more down, and Leonard doesn't have flash.
Leonard will get caught out here. It gives a mode. Coral sadly will be taking that one due to the ignite coming at the wrong moment, but still, kill is a kill, and a rat zoned out from the creep wave is a rat zoned out from the creep wave. Plate money will be split between 3, but they may even be able to take out this tower. Virtuoso once again. This time Eagle is there to support. Charm goes wide. This 2-on-2 will not be a 2-on-2 too long because Marcusa gets the stun. Here comes Loftician. Kale ult goes down. Both of them still alive somehow. How? What?
Gwen is immune, I think, and they can't follow up. Yeah, Gwen is immune there, and this is what Visu Eyes needs to do and what Invulnerables needs to do. Yeah, you have the Kale and Virtuoso needs to be shut down, but Visu Eyes needs to be in the other place in bot lane and look there, and okay, Loftician has the shuffle, so nothing special there coming from in the mid lane. And yeah, this is the problem. Visualize, they need to be doing this stuff. They need to get the Drakes, not give Xanthi free time. He's already getting it a lot because now Slice is going to top side again, and if Virtuoso goes too much forward, yeah, that's a dead Gwen again. And that was kind of illegal that everyone survived from that top line fight, which wasn't even a fight.
I still am astonished that Eagle and Virtuoso both survived that 4-man engagement. But now Zanti slowly getting back into the game. He has evened up the CS disadvantage due to all of this. Only 1.5k gold down now compared to the Gwen, and with the tower being gone, this Kale can just kind of free farm in the top lane. This is now on Visu Ice's shoulders to put up enough pressure so Leonard and Zanti will be able to get back into the game.
Yeah, this is kind of like a deja vu game coming from last because Leonard and Marcusa didn't have great time in bot lane, and again, not the bestest time in mid lane. There's like a mini RM going on. There's 3 guys from both sides. Leonard coming in this, but there's actually Control Ward spotting this Twitch out, and there's Herald. I hope we don't see after 40-minute Herald fight and Virtuoso.
Yeah, Virtuoso getting caught out once again. Gwen is not immune if you are close enough, and Zanti is just able to pick that one up cleanly. Hostile takeover gets used. Pearl stuck inside the wall. Pamba is trying to get out with the bar portal, but this is a huge fight coming for Lotus. The pillar will be able to save him. How did Pearl get stuck inside the Azir wall?
If there was a Piral, oh, okay, Leonard might be dead. Okay, flash need to be used. But yeah, I think there was actually Trundle pillar because in somewhere I just didn't see it, but maybe that was the one blocking Poral out, and that's why he didn't get to move. He had his flash, of course, but right now Visu is in a bit of a problematic situation because Xanthi is level 12. They pretty much gave Kayle free time in top after they took the tower, and yeah, of course this Twitch is not yet a problem. Lofticia may be in trouble, just shuffles away again. Nothing special there, but still. Visualize has the option again for the soul, and it's Mountain Soul, which brings a lot of value in the later stages of the games. We can see a lot of defensive stats coming out. Trundle, Bard is going a lot more defensive. Of course, she is a support, but they just once Xanthi is level 16, I want to see what this Kayle can do in team fights, because right now Visu is losing all the skirmishes happening in the map.
And now that the Kayle has hit level 11, she can finally start grouping. That's a huge pick. Kayle going down. Pearl will be flashing out. Double stun, landing in. Huge damage coming out from the Gwen burst. It's thrown over the wall by the Azir ultimate. Twitch still free hitting, but Leonard doesn't have anything but the Blade of the Ruined King, not getting any damage out. Loftian stuck under his own tower. Leonard here with the Herald in the mid lane. Huge fight going over to Visu. Loftian's ultimate slightly even saving Virtuoso there. But
and once Lotus came back in the game, they were like walking and there was a big rock and they just put their toe there. They just stomped the rock and fell down. They were like shooting themselves on a leg there. They got the Herald. I understand they want to push mid, but they were too late. Way too late, because Visu was already in their blue side jungle and were looking for the picks, and you used your Kayle ultimate pretty early in a fight for Loftian, which
they had
who
to.
was
They had
he was
Ahri charm.
He was too. Yeah, Ahri charm and Everfrost. Of course, Everfrost didn't hit the best way possible to get that root, but you get the slow, and after that the charm is easy to hit. And yeah, Invulnerable Lotus this time too late for the dragon setup, and yeah, that Herald was, I have to say, piss useless. You gave the XP for the Herald which you got, and I hate those Heralds because you were too late for that play. And yeah, it's soul point for the Visualize, and if they get that soul, it's going to be a big, maybe even game-winning soul for this team.
That definitely solidifies this mid-game for Visualize. They are now threatening to get the Mountain Soul, and then this Trundle will be even harder to deal with. But there's still possibilities here. Lotus still hasn't been able to fight on their terms. If they can find a fight where they can execute their game plan, it could go differently. It's just a matter of initiative now.
Yeah, and Virtuoso pushing a little bit. He didn't get the Crump in the end. On Crump, we can see Xanthi and Slice are pushing him away. But yeah, problem with Invertible Lotus is that you're still missing a couple of items. You're going to get those in 3-minute time, but you're not going to get level 16 Kayle there. So if you lose that Drake, Visualize has the window to close the game, even threaten the Baron and look for the end. if Sandy doesn't get level 16. Of course, K level 16 is not like win game button. It's not going to be like, okay, enemy team now surrender. But it's a big boost for their late game if Kale gets level 16 as soon as possible, but still level 13. So 2.5 minutes for that maybe deciding win. Of course, Slice in last game got the steal against Kalista, Rend and Smite, which was kind of heartbreaking to see. But we'll see. I hope Visualize is still looking for the picks with Eagles Ahri, which is super strong right now.
Also a huge power spike there regarding team fights. Trundle finishing the Frozen Heart against this fully auto-attacking team. Lennar in huge trouble. Will not be able to get the stun. They're going to be auto-attacking each other for a bit, but there's the cleanse out, and now Lennar gets stunned up. Still no kill. Hostile takeover already used. There's no teamfight ultimate. Honnols so low on life getting out. The Eagle flashes forward with the Foxfire ultimate. Kale ult still online this fight. A little bit scrappy here. Zanti almost down, has to burn the ultimate. Here they go. Optician trying to find an angle for under the tower engagement. But Portal, again, this kiting is so clean by Visualize. They're just not letting the enemy team get in.
I have to say, Eagle is playing so well. Both of this game. But this game is super good. He's like almost showy farm. He 10 CS per minute and he clutch charms everyone in that. He's hitting everything. And now Visualize is trying to get that Baron. It's still 50-50. Slice is there with Heartbreaker.
Oh no!
Finland and Barons are not best things ever.
Are they? They're just gonna back out. They don't want to risk it.
And yeah, I think there's a world where they just take the 50-50, but they might even lose the fight because there's a lot of invulnerable Lotus guys coming up. And if Slice gets one possession, but now you're pretty late for the Drake, which is your soul. You can sack this Drake, of course, but you're then giving Santi more time. And now they're looking bit of a... This is...
Oh, they're in the wrong bush. They're going to be out of position for this rotation. Zanti will be the one to first find them. Already Pumba really low, but a huge bar ultimate lands. Now they have full repositioning here. Gwen is immune, can tank a little bit of damage, but this concave is not too favorable for either team with Zeri just running at them. He will get turned on. Honnols, where are you going? This 80 carry now dead, and the rest of Ice going to have to retreat from the Soul Dragon. Honnols feeling himself a little bit too much.
Yeah, but after the first fight where Xanthi just... They walked from save option. They didn't take the brush, which was like Dread Brush. There were a lot of invulnerable Lotus guys there, and they were in the wrong brush, like you said. But after the first bit of skirmish, Visualize, just walk away, go to the river. You don't want to take the fight there because there's hostile takeover, there's Loftician's Emperor's Divide. Xanthi didn't have his ultimate, I have to say that, but still you don't want to fight in jungle corridors. There's so many things that are problematic for you. And I don't know what happened to Honnols. Did he like DC or what? Yeah, he was like, what are you doing? You won actually there because you didn't walk in the trap and just walk in the river, which is so much better fight for you.
Well, the end result is the Dragon going over and the game getting delayed just a little bit more. Only 2 levels left for Zanti to hit the absolutely massive power spike of KL16.
Yeah, and he maybe even gets the Riftmaker, and once you get the mythic item, you get the mythic bonus, and after level 16, you're a bit of a problem in the game. Loftician, 2 items right now. Learner is going to be a factor in game now that he has the Ronan's Hurricane and the Blade of the Ruined King. Slice is the one getting all the kills right now in the game. He has his items already, but still Visualize the one who's controlling the map. But they have to be cautious. Twitch now can look for the cheeky plays with Viego right now, and they're posturing around Baron, but you don't want to take this 50-50, but you, Xanthi, level 14, like you said, 2 more levels, and now we can see Virtuosa maybe doesn't have that much of...
Virtuoso can
He doesn't have a good time. Yeah.
Virtuoso just literally can't match him. Pearl getting caught out a little bit here. Slice taking a huge amount of damage. Won't ultimate out yet, but he has been ulted by the Trundle. Here comes the teleports from both of the top players. Virtuoso makes it here first. Optician has to go out. Emperor's Divide used on Pumba. Leonard is KO ulted, just landing a huge amount of damage. Ronalds goes against the wall and trades kills with the AD carry. Slice goes down to the Ari, if I saw correct. Or did he survive?
Yeah, he survived. He got the possession. Yeah, he had bailout even there and got the possession, so he survived. And that's a win for Invulnerable Lotus again. Sandy, of course, used both his summoners, but he's level 50 now. And Baron gives so much XP. This is going to boost Invulnerable Lotus a lot. And right now, I hope Visualize doesn't make the same play. Please, guys, don't Eagle, just base. If you get the steal...
Slice gets charmed up and really low now, but the Baron will be there to fall, and red team once again Invulnerable Lotus making the comeback on this late game style composition. Starting to look a little bit worrying with Xanthi. Let's see how close is he to level 16. Can we see it? He is so close.
Yeah. And he got the Reef Maker. He just... Now he wants to say, okay guys, just give me one wave, please. Just leave the mid lane, get me this wave, and we win the Drake fight. We get the second mountain, which gives a lot of boost for the team comp. And yeah, it's kind of awkward situation for Invulnerable Lotus, because I think they don't get to use this Baron, because they have to be setting up the Drake, which is coming up in 1 minute, and they don't want to give that to Visualize easily. And Xanthi now hitting the level 16, so yeah, they are now in a problematic situation. Visualize needs to look for early pick or something to win these fights.
Xanthi now hits the level 16 power spike. It's going to be... I would expect this dragon fight to determine the game. If Visu gets this dragon, they might still be in it.
Huh?
Okay, they used the Bard ultimate. Virtuoso already taking quite a bit of damage. Slice gets charmed up, and here comes the K level 16. Will start pumping out damage. Already half HP on the support and top player of Visu Eyes. They have the priority on the dragon now. Xanthi just feeling himself. Moving forwards, has the damage. Eagle, half HP now. Visu struggling to find their way in.
Yeah, they just... I don't know what... I'm really pissed off right now, actually. They just gave the whole river... of course, Invulnerable Lotus were the ones pushing mid lane. There's tier 1, you can... I think you can even sack that there for Visualize. They have the Baron, but they are not going to get your inhib. And it's not the worst world to give the inhib. But you just walked away from the river, away from the Drake, and just looked for something. That, yeah, maybe the early pick, but that's not the place to look it. And Slice, I think he wins this.
Yeah.
There's actually Candy coming too.
Virtuoso just not being able to win any 1v1s anymore. This is just too late in the game for Gwen.
Oh, no, Xanthi?
Okay, this is the pick they need. Wrong side of the pillar, but Xanthi is still maybe... They may be able to get this pick. The rest of the team has collapsed. That's a KO ultimate going down onto himself. Hostile takeover, hits onto 2. Here comes Leonard just dealing so much damage with the spray and pray. Slice tries the ultimate to get a pick, but no minion wave to speak of. They have to reset just a little bit backwards. This will let Visu recall, at least with some of their members. Barely gets out. Hodls almost gets burst down by Loftician. This push just keeps on going. Eagle now under half. Virtuoso gets stunned up. This will be the inhibitor tower to fall. Xanthi, no ultimate yet, but the rest of the team is still missing Pamba needs an amazing pillar here, lands onto quite a few. Zanti almost no mana here. Virtuosa pops the Zania, but there will be a retaliation coming in. Almost dead. There it goes, Slice. Now gets the Gwyn. Is going to be hugely powerful, but they will just back off. No need to overextend. Eagle hits the Everfrost onto Marcusa, but still the Kale dealing so much damage. Optician on the sidelines gets the shot down. They get almost the ace. Honnols, only one alive. They teleport onto the cannon minion. Only one alive. Won't be able to save it. Backdoor protection will be up for the final tower. Looks like Honnols.
Yeah.
They're not even going to try to defend this. Or is it?
Yeah, and they are super low, but Honnols is in mid lane. Yeah, it's going to be shut down to last Nexus tower and... Oh! Last try!
He got one kill. He got one. But
yeah, Loftisan played so well that he was like waiting and waiting when Visu Ice is going to pop their ultimates, and he just Emperor divides everyone, and that was game.
Yep, that's not so clean 2-0 by Invulnerable Lotus. There were, like, in the early game, Visu did have control, but they stayed calm and collected and brought it back both games. And now they are tied up with AAB, and they will be going in for the position 1 fight. I am not sure when that game will be, but I'm pretty certain it's soon.
It's on Thursday, actually.
Okay, well,
I hope Invulnerables gets their stream for that game, because I'm going to be watching that, maybe, if I'm if I'm available then. But yeah, I think now I finally got it why Visu Ice are 1-7. They are their worst enemy. Like, it's so, as a caster, of course I try to be unbiased as possible, but geez, they're like making so many mistakes in the mid game. They they had the game in their pocket in some way, and a couple of mistakes can lead to the enemy getting Baron and getting the Drakes or getting the shutdowns and everything else. And it's like right now Visu Ice are in bit of a bad situation because they have already played against Flong veterans. Flong veterans are 2-6. Visu Ice are 1-7, and right now Visu Ice just hopes, Jesus Christ, hopes that Flong loses all their games against Viperio and Invulnerable Lotus. And actually, we are going to get Visu Ice versus Enhance pretty soon, so we are going to be getting a bit of a Finnish clash coming up.
Yep, we will be looking forward to that. Just looking if I have... Nope, that's an irrelevant Discord ping. So, I believe that is it for us today. I wasn't told that we would have anything extra for you guys, at least today. But make sure to follow the channel, follow Visu on social media, so you will find out if we are doing some more casts. We have a quite rotating pool of casters depending on which one of us can make it which day. So we will have a lot of personalities, and we have a lot of games for you still left in the summer season of NLC 3rd Division. But for now, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Echidna for joining me once again. And we will see you the next time.